Been feeling disconnected now.
I get money, now I'm reckless now.
I get high, coming off the ground. This life is a prison, someone let me out. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Let's Start Dreaming podcast. My name is Mikey Gianelli.
And I am Carson Wade McGregor, full name so that you can look me up and internet stalk me.
He's got a lot of stuff out there, especially on that website that's black and orange.
Black and orange? Was it like a Halloween thing?
That's your favorite website?
Yeah, Halloween.com. It's spooky, man. It's spooky.
You know, I like when Pornhub, for like, I think April Fool's Day, they go to Cornhub, and then they just post videos of like corn.
You know what's funny? You can find like so much shit that's not porn on Pornhub. It's crazy. Like there's obviously the meme shit like Roblox videos, but there's also like fucking LeBron sinks a 6-shot and it's like basketball highlights.
People are just like, yeah, this is like some good porn right here. There's also I think I've seen like full episodes of Family Guy or Rick and Morty.
Yeah, there's definitely television. You can find a lot of shit on Pornhub if you really want to.
The Rick and Morty episodes are the best because like you cannot. I'm not sure where to watch those, but like
I think they're on Hulu.
I was about to say it's not too easy if I recall. Like you have to pay for it. But yeah, the fact that paid shows are on Pornhub, I like that. And then your buddy's just trying to show you some TV show, and he's like, "I promise, I'm not showing you porn. I'm just watching it on Pornhub." Oh man.
Yeah, I used to get my TV that I didn't have access to. Sometimes I would hit up Daily Motion. You were ever into Daily Motion?
I used to watch porn on that sometimes.
Porn on Daily Motion?
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was porn.
There was. You're recalling a memory now that like I just haven't thought of in so long. I don't remember the video, but I remember the video, but I don't remember it. But I used to visit that one website for that one video all the time.
I would just watch like Cutthroat Kitchen on there.
I've never heard of that.
You know what's funny? But that actually brings up a memory of mine. Is the first thing I ever masturbated to, like the first video on the internet. I can remember it distinctly. It was because I did it all the time because I didn't know there was like just porn out there I could watch. Like if I knew that, oh my God, it would have been over. But there was this one video on YouTube titled
YouTube.
It was on YouTube titled "Canadian Girls Are the Best," and it was like this girl, and she was like stripping from her clothes, and it just stuff like this still gets me to this day. Something that looks like it was recorded in a house, and the girl was having fun doing it. You know, I like that. And she was like just stripping off her clothes. Her head wasn't in it. It was just like body, you know, below. And she was like doing a dance. And then she took her shirt off and she didn't have a bra on. She just had pasties on her nipples that were tight. Hang on. God damn it. I'm sorry, man. Give me 2 seconds. My mom's calling. Hey, what's up?
Oh, are you in the middle of taping?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we were just calling to check on you to say, hey, you know.
We're keeping all that in.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Talking about fucking
The Canadian girl.
That took me off my game like nothing else. Talking about man, this was so hot, and then my mom calls me. Oh my God. That nothing will take you out of the moment if you're having like sex like with a girl, and then all of a sudden like your mom's calling you, and you're like, I have to answer this. And no.
You got a hard on talking to your mom.
You're like, hey mom, what's up? And those are always the times she wants to talk like long. Like, so how was your day today? How are you doing? I'm doing great. Everything's fine. Everything's 100% fine, and nothing more needs to be said about that.
Why are you being so short with me? Because I gotta fuck this bitch, mom. I'm trying to make you grandkids. Don't you want that?
I'm trying to make you grandkids and then throw them in the toilet bowl at the Arby's.
I don't know about your parents, but I know my parents want me to have kids so they can have grandkids.
My parents are I think they got all their money on my sister. She's having kids for sure. Like, there's no fucking way. She just likes kids, you know. She's definitely gonna. She has mom energy. She's gonna be a mom someday.
Aw.
But I think my parents want me to get married and have kids just because they feel like it's a great path of happiness. And I don't know, maybe.
Maybe. That's how I feel. Like, if it happens, it happens. Like, I ain't got nothing planned in store. Whatever happens, happens. Life is untold. It's like a diary that you're still writing.
Yeah. No, I think there's a lot of ways to be happy, but one of them is marriage, and one of them is just
watching Canadian porn.
Watching Canadian porn
on YouTube.
Canadian porn.
Maple syrup all over the titties.
Oh my god.
In Canada they don't actually use currency. They only use maple leaves and maple syrup.
How would that even? How much is it, like by liters or something?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. So like a milliliter is like a penny. And like 5 milliliter, it's a milliliter's a penny is what the ratio is. Okay. So yeah.
So like 100 milliliters is,
is
a dollar.
Yeah.
And 1,000 would be $10.
Dude, the richest man in the world is just fucking bathing in his syrup.
So
he has swimming pools full of syrup.
So if you are in Canada, so a liter of syrup is $10. So if you're like, man, I need that new whip, and it's like a couple $1,000s, do you just have to like come out with like a fucking cement truck full of syrup? That seems inefficient.
Say cement truck. I think it's more like a pallet on a pallet jack or a pallet carrier.
Okay.
It's complex, but in Canada they're using a lot of science now to convert maple syrup into like things like fuel.
Mm-hmm.
And they're even growing fish in there.
Growing fish in the syrup?
Yes.
Like growing fish, you're saying? Like not breeding fish. You're like growing fish.
You know what I meant. I meant breeding.
Ah, man.
They've evolved to survive in syrup. And they're really sweet on the inside. Have you ever had a Canadian fish? They're really apologetic too.
How cruel do you think it is to like have a fish tank? Like fish that thrive in cold water, right? Put that fish tank in the fridge and then put like Jell-O mix in. How cruel do you think that is?
That is fucked up. Oh,
that is a slow death. Oh my god,
that is mega fucked.
That's got to be rough for these
poor
fishes.
Fish, just like, I'm swimming, and then I'm like, I can't swim no more.
I can't swim. I can't breathe.
Like, I can't breathe.
Imagine if all the air just turned gelatin all of a sudden.
Is that how it works? You just put some Jell-O mix in the water and then it freezes? Well, not freezes, but like
over time, yeah, it hardens when you like put it in the fridge. So
someone's got to call PETA on somebody.
Yeah, someone's
got to call PETA on you.
Somebody's got to call PETA. I've heard a lot of things about PETA and none of them have been positive. But
why?
I'm pretty sure their stance on Jell-O-ing fish is it aligns with mine.
That you like it?
No, that it's probably not the right thing to do.
It sounds very fucked up.
Sounds super fucked up.
It sounds mega fucked up. Yo, I saw a TikTok of this dog. So this girl played the Pornhub theme song. And this dog like went over like he knew what the fuck was going on. I'm only under the assumption that means that girl has been doing things with the volume on in front of that doggy.
Well, then why would the dog be even surprised? Like, I've watched porn with my dog in the room, and it's not like she's like, oh shit, porn's on now. Like, that's crazy. She's just like, yeah, in another day, another dollar, Like, I don't think she gets freaked out.
I think she knows what's up.
I think that TikTok implies that she's doing something freaky with the dog.
That's what a lot of comments. That's what a lot of comments said.
It's like, oh man, it's about to go down.
A lot of comments like, oh yeah, I'm like, oh my god, what is this?
Jesus Christ.
Please refer back to our episode when we were talking about how there's a dog fucker right now.
Plenty of them.
Inside of a dog right now.
Plenty of them.
Cat, maybe even a horse too.
Definitely a horse.
People love horses for some reason. I guess they can't. A man's penis can't fulfill a woman nowadays.
I remember hearing about this story where a guy, like, I can't remember. He went to fuck a horse, and he didn't own the horse.
He went to.
Yeah, like he was like a guy that was like, kind of out of his mind, and he basically broke into this person's stable to fuck their horse, and the person caught him and took him to court because that's like that's like a whole crime. Like
It's a what crime? A old crime?
it's a whole crime. It's like, I mean, you can't. It's trespassing and fucking my horse. I mean, I'm gonna have to take you to court over that. And the guy represented himself, which is already hilarious. Anybody that represents themselves is either like a narcissist or they're completely out of their mind. So if I ever get jury duty, I want to see somebody represent themselves because I think that would be hilarious. But
I'm innocent.
his
Your
defense
Honor.
was that he had grown a relationship with the horse and that he was in love with this horse and it was unlawful for him to be kept away from his mate. It didn't work, but like
That sounds pretty solid to me.
it's a good try.
It's a really good try. Some Romeo and Juliet type shit. This is the forbidden love.
I mean, I don't see I don't see a way out of that, so I figure like you just throw a Hail Mary, maybe the judge is sympathetic.
I mean, like, if you're working at PETA, are you sympathetic with the dude and you're just like, well, if the horse loves him, then I mean, we should let the horse have its rights. Or
See, that's the thing
Or is
about PETA, like the extremism of animal rights. Like animal rights is cool, but then when you get to the PETA level, it's like over the top. They're like, we want to stand up for animals' rights. It's like we can't talk to them, so how do we
Yeah,
know
that's
what
the
they
thing.
want? Like,
We
I
don't.
I don't know. I
You
don't know
fucking
what,
don't.
you know. I'm sure certain animals want to be left alone completely, but certain animals, like if you're a gazelle out by the Serengeti, like I'm sure you want to be like taken in by human beings and fed your entire life rather than being hunted by lions.
Yeah, but the circle of life and the way nature goes.
Yeah, but
is a
I'm
real
sure
big
if you
thing.
asked if you could somehow ask the gazelle, he's like, yeah, dude, fucking hook me up. Hook me up. I'll stay in an enclosure. I'll have people look at me.
No, zoos are fucking sad though.
Zoos are pretty sad.
Zoos are big sad. Just an animal just chilling there. It's so gross. But also, you could look at a zoo and just think like, wow, this is kind of like how we are. We're in our little cage, in our home. We're like
No.
hamsters, you know that? We're really like hamsters.
No, I'm gonna stop
Like
you
we
right
have
there.
our house. No, we're like hamsters. We have our house. We have our people go to the gym. We have our wheel, and we have our food and we have our water, and we have our nice cushiony bed. Like we are hamsters.
I mean, we're like fucking, you know,
Oh,
anything. You could compare that to literally anything.
I think I know. I
We're
I
like,
feel like I'm.
dude, we're
I
like
feel like I'm saying something profound right
we're
now.
like
I feel like
plants,
you're
man. We're
thinking
just
it's bullshit.
we're just like plants. We have
No,
our
we're not just
we
plants.
have
We're not-
our house, which is like our pot. We have food, like, you know, soil and shit.
You know how ridiculous you sound.
Dude, like,
Oh.
I think we're just like plants. It's the same thing. We're just like hamsters. Hamsters can't leave.
We can't photosynthesize. Plants can. We're obviously not like plants.
Yeah, we're also not hamsters.
I think we're more like hamsters than plants. Okay.
I mean, I'd agree with you there, but by a slim margin. We're pretty different from both of those things.
I mean, nah. We're very unique as humans. We like to think we're the best.
We are the best. We're 1,000% the best.
Where sometimes we can hack hamster-like. Very hamster-like.
Yeah, and sometimes we like invent systems to like have electricity in our homes.
You know what I see that pisses me off? Is that like people are always just like, okay, so I watch a video about like the Egyptians and aliens like helping them, like,
Mhm.
like conspiracy theories of aliens like helping Egyptians because people couldn't possibly have made these structures like 4,000 years ago, 12,000 years ago.
Right.
People are just like, just because they're not a white civilization doesn't mean they were stupid. Like
That's a weird argument.
I hate that. Like, dude, they're fucking ancient civilizations. They're not gonna have anything we had. That doesn't have to do with brown people being stupid. That has to do with these technologies weren't there yet. And then people are just like, nah, just because they weren't white doesn't mean they're doesn't mean they're stupid, dude. Are you fucking stupid?
I think
so
that
racist.
is such a small minority of people that would say that.
I see so many people say that, and I see so many people liking those comments, and I'm just like, what kind of fucking argument is this?
I've seen a lot about aliens and the pyramids, that conspiracy,
I
but
like that
I
shit.
have
I like
never
that shit.
seen somebody make that argument.
I've only seen it recently, like the past year.
I think like there's maybe a couple people that would make that argument, and then people that would see it, not think critically about it, and then just like it. I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking let's end racism. I'm a social justice warrior, keyboard cowboy. I
Yeah.
love that fucking phrase, keyboard cowboy. The internet is the wild, wild west. You can say whatever the fuck you want right behind your keyboard. I love that Tyler, the creator, tweet. And he's like, cyberbullying doesn't exist, LMAO. Just close your computer. Just close your eyes.
Yeah, Tyler used to wild out on Twitter.
He was really wild.
He was really
And
wild.
you never seen him be canceled. Never.
They tried
I
to. They like.
Oh.
I'm not even sure who they is. I don't like to make
Just
generalizations
close your
like
eyes.
that. But there were definitely plenty of blogs and shit like that wanted Tyler gone. Like they were saying, like, oh, he's a homophobe, he's a racist, he's this, he's that.
Now he's a big old gay.
Well, and the reason nothing happened to him is because it was so clear that the guy was like fucking around. Like he was just fucking around, and it doesn't really matter, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Tyler.
I like
his
Tyler
goofy
too.
vibe. I can't believe he did all that shit. Odd future. Such a young age too.
Yeah, you revolutionized
damn,
music.
What?
You revolutionized music. You really did.
I see all these fucking young kids and they're so fucking famous. And I'm just like, God damn it, why am I so fucking lazy? I like to think it's not my time. I really do. I like to convince myself it's not my time, and I do believe it. But I just gotta stop it. I want to be one of them. I want to have my name in the stars and the lights.
Well, there's the two things that go toward, or the three things rather, that go towards becoming famous. One is hard work. You know, that is the one aspect of it. But that is only one of the things. The other is natural talent, and then you have luck. You know, you need to have all three kind of going for you. Actually, natural talent is probably the least important out of those, because, you know, you can be not talented and get famous if you're just lucky enough.
And the fourth one that hovers all above them is who you know.
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, it used. I
Sometimes.
think that used to be like that, but now in the internet age, it totally isn't. Like, it used to be, if you knew network execs, you could get famous. If you knew, you know, a guy who could get you a record deal, you could blow up. But now you could just post your own shit, make your own shit, be super independent, and blow up. It's happening every single day, you know. So I don't think that who you know is still important, but it's not nearly as important as it used to be. I think luck is the biggest factor, is the absolute biggest factor, because there's a lot of people making identical content to each other, and then one of them will get famous and one of them won't. You know, it's just luck of the draw.
I hear people on Instagram, generic rapper 2734. Oh my god, like I like to think I don't sound like them, but sometimes you just hear somebody just rhyming on a beat and it just sounds so fucking generic and bad. I'm just thinking to myself, how many other people are doing the same thing I am with the same dream I am?
Like, a ton.
A
Rap is the biggest one, because acting and rapping are the two big ones, because everybody feels like they can do it. You know, everybody feels like they could act. You know, you see an actor in a movie, you're like, I could do that shit. You see a rapper, you're like, he's just basically talking fast or talking in a rhythm. Like, I could do that shit, but it takes out all the key elements, which are actually having natural rhythm, actually having natural musical ability and an inclination for good music, and a vibe, having an aesthetic that's yours, that's specifically yours, having a voice that's good for music. I mean, that's that's a big part that a lot of people forget, is that your voice kind of has to sound good in a microphone. Like,
kinda.
or not good even by the traditional sense of, like, it has to sound like good. It has to sound so fucking clean. If your voice sounds unique, that's another thing.
Yes.
You know, uniqueness is another thing.
I got a fucking tummy now, dude. I can't even look down and like see my dick. Like, if I had my tummy full like You know, you can like make your stomach bigger.
Yeah.
If I do that, I can't look at my dick.
Well, it's
Right now.
that's just because your dick is small. That really doesn't have anything to do with your belly. I mean,
Why'd you have to
if
say
you have
it?
like a normal
Why'd
size,
you have to say
if you
it?
had a normal size human penis, then like you could probably still see it. You know,
Here I am just thinking with my stomach. God damn it.
nah. If you had like an adult man's penis, then you'd probably be able to see it still.
Wah. Everyone comment baby dick in the comments.
Every-
And
let's
then
get some.
CPS
Let's
will
get
show up
some.
at your door.
Let's get some baby dicks in the chat, boys. Shouldn't say it
Baby
like that.
Yeah.
Guess I probably shouldn't say it like that. That's a weird way to phrase it.
FBI is gonna be all up on our doors.
FBI's like, hey, you are making some odd requests online, and we're not having it right now. This is a little much. You know, there is freedom of speech, but at the same time, come on.
Okay. I gotta tell you. I gotta tell the world I'm coming out right now. I am now a crystal bitch. And I used to think crystals. I see your eye roll. I used to think crystals were the biggest bullshit, and I'm sure you do. 100%. Because I did too. Why the fuck would
I'm not a scientist. Everybody, Mikey and I are not experts in anything.
I'm
anything.
A fucking genius.
We are not experts in anything. We know nothing. Our heads filled with just fucking air, just helium. So just take that in mind, you know, before we continue with this.
I think mine's filled with argon.
With this
grounded
bullshit crystal conversation that we're about to have.
You have to see the light, is my thing. You can't buy a crystal and just think it's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. And also, stop looking at me like that. Stop looking at me like that.
When you speak in these terms, I have to look at you like that because it is the most ridiculous shit. On this podcast, I think I'm Ethan Klein and you're Trisha. You know, coming in with like, you know, I think these crystals are magic. They're not just rocks from the fucking ground.
Look at them. Look at my fucking crystals, boy. Look at them. I like them. Okay, well,
how much did they cost?
This was $2. This was $3. This was $16.
$16.
Look how pretty it is. Look how pretty this one is. I don't care if it was $16. They're relatively inexpensive because they just
$16.
Quartz is the granddaddy of all. Okay, like the crazy thing was, and like you could say it was just a mental thing, right? But it quite literally is because I will say like you have to be open to the experience of something happening. And if you're just sitting there and you think that like, oh, just by having this is gonna heal me, these things work through intention and thought and vibrations.
So you mean to tell me if you were like, man, I really want to like improve my mental health, and I really, you know, just want to be more motivated. So you get these crystals to help you get motivated. It'll work better than if you just woke up one day and said, hey, I'm gonna start to get motivate myself and work towards that goal. You think that would one is better than the, or one actually works better than the other, has a higher success rate?
I don't think one works better than the other. I think
so. You could do one way without spending $16 on a fucking rock, or you could spend $16 on a rock, trick yourself into thinking like this is gonna help me be better, and then just do the same thing you could have done before. You're literally buying a placebo.
I think there's a lot to it that just isn't.
You think they have magic inside of them?
No, I think that the way that they are constructed, their atomic structure, and the way that and I'm talking really slow because I'm trying to formulate my thoughts. I just think they have life essence in them. They operate at a high vibration just like we do as humans. There's different the world is vibrations. If you've never heard that. Have you heard that?
I have not heard that, or I guess I have heard that, but here's the thing.
The world is just vibration.
The things you just told me don't make a fucking word of sense.
I know. Well, I can't explain it too well.
Not because
it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. I'll send you links. I'll post fucking links in the chat. Okay? So y'all can get along this wave.
If you buy crystals for any reason because you think they're going to do anything other than just be crystals, I don't know about that one, Chief.
I'm aligning myself right now. Please shut the fuck up.
Aligning yourself.
I mean, it goes hand in
I think
hand
you're
with me being
lying to
spiritual.
yourself. That's what you're doing.
I'm working on my spirituality. Is that like I like to meditate. I like to do my yoga. I like to do this shit now. And it all just falls hand in hand. So if it's good for my growth, then I think it's good for me.
I think people like you who want to work on yourself, work on your spirituality, do yoga, do meditation, there's a market that realized, hey, we're not making any money off these fucks because they're just meditating. There's no money in meditation. You just do it yourself. You do yoga by yourself. I mean, they'll sell you a mat and maybe some equipment, but like for the most part, yoga is a self activity. There's not really a whole lot of money that goes into it. So they are like, well, let's get on the wave of these, airhead fucks and sell them some bullshit crystals that are gonna help them.
Look, I got into the store. I looked at the shelf with the quartz, and this one called me. And I held it, and I felt it in my hand, and I felt my head vibrating, and I felt my hand vibrating. And if that isn't anything, that I can't explain that to anybody, but I felt it.
You can go to a sex store and get a vibrator as well. Those also vibrate in your hand.
They're quite the same size, too.
Yeah.
I was thinking about shoving...
And they can actually make you come.
You can shove a crystal up your ass.
Yeah, but it's not going to vibrate in your ass and make you nut.
I have one that boosts sex drive. It's a opalite. Where's my opalite? It's over there. But I was like, I googled it. I'm like, ooh, sex boost. I was like, ooh, let me get that one.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't just go willy nilly like, ooh, let me get this one because this says depression and anxiety. I want to experiment with them. And right now they've been doing things for me. Like I did my yoga the other day. I had two at one end, one at the other, and it just felt better. And yeah, well, you could say it's my mind, but it just felt better.
Look, if it works for you, it works for you. But I just want to tell anybody that's potentially watching or listening right now, don't do that.
And I just want to tell
just
them,
work on yourself.
You can't mask your problems with crystals. Is a thing. Like you saw my TikTok the other day. I was like, girl, you have amethyst, quartz. I was like, okay, why are you so depressed? Why are you still anxious? Why are you still mentally unstable, spiritually broken? It's been 10 years. You had these crystals and nothing's happened. I thought that was good, by the way, but it was poorly executed.
I agree that it's not going to solve all your problems, and that's where we agree.
But like things like that work through intention. Prayer works through intention. Meditation, like all the manifestation works through intention. So all these things you have to
and those are all things that you can do for free. This is a thing. This is a product.
You can mine these for free.
Yeah, okay, then do that. But you're not
I don't
going
have a
to.
mine.
Exactly. It's also not free to mine things. You have to have mining equipment.
No. I'm gonna pull the Trump on you right now. Wrong. Really wrong. In China, we're gonna build the wall. We're gonna black out all the crystal haters. Okay. We're gonna build a crystal wall so that they feel the vibes.
That is some Trump shit to do. To spend $16 on those little pieces of rock and then build a whole wall out of them. To spend way too much money on something like that.
Did I get this implanted and then have like a fucking... Like Uzi has his diamond, but I have my quartz horn.
If you did that, I might have to stop telling people that I'm friends with you. I might have to be like, oh yeah, we used to hang out. We could still talk, but I can't like let it be known.
Oh, that's some fake shit right there.
Because that would ruin my reputation as a person.
Oh yeah, you're a highly esteemed person.
My highly esteemed reputation.
Oh my god. Porn stash McGregor.
Porn stash McGregor. That is my first and last name.
I'm looking at my mustache right now. Chat. Tell me who's
I love how
We're
you
not a
keep
Twitch
saying.
stream.
I love how you keep saying chat like we're Twitch streaming right now.
Comments. Tell me who has the better stash, because I think after I've let mine grown in, I think it looks a lot better than it was on its porcupine face, where it's just like all like pointing outwards, and I don't know why it did that.
Well, I think I have the better mustache just because I have these mustache crystals that have, really, I've manifested more hair out of my upper lip.
Okay.
And I think it's really doing something. It's not just the natural progression of hair growth. It's these fucking rocks that I have on my mantle.
I'm gonna send you videos, but you're not gonna even appreciate them. But you have to watch. You're gonna have to watch them, okay? You're
No,
gonna have to. Well, you're.
I'm pretty okay with keeping my mind closed on this issue.
Okay. And then let's agree to disagree, because I just enjoy them, and I would be the first to call crystals bullshit. I really would.
You would
Before I
not.
got them. Yes, I would.
Well, you would.
Just like I hate
But,
zodiacs.
okay, fair enough. Fair
but
enough.
now the thing is,
But
like,
you'd
with
you'd also
zodiacs-
be the type of person. I know you like the thing is like, yeah, you would be the type of person to call it bullshit. But you're also the type of person to be immediately convinced by a YouTube video, like about anything, about like, holy shit, that could help my spirit and my mind and my body be stronger and prosper. Holy shit, these are a lot of buzzwords that I really like.
What the fuck was I gonna say? It's just,
They said manifest. I like that. That's a
yo,
three-syllable
I'm not doing
word.
the white girl. I'm not.
That's a three-syllable. Oh my god.
369 Nikola Tesla. 3 is a godly number.
That is 2 more syllables than normal.
I'm not on that white girl manifestation shit where, oh, I want to manifest that school gets canceled tomorrow. I want to manifest that he likes me. I want to manifest that I go home early from work. That's not fucking manifestation.
I would buy those crystals. I would buy those crystals. If I could manifest that a guy would like me, I'd be like, oh, I'm into that.
That's called potion. That's called herbology, and potion
Jesus
making.
Christ.
God damn. You fucking know nothing about the metaphysical science of this. The metaphysical sciences of this world.
The metaphysical what?
The metaphysical sciences of this world. Oh yeah, but for anyone that's actually curious, I have white quartz, citrine, and I got some amethyst over there. Some pretty good stones.
You know what's better stones? Crack.
rock.
Yeah, we're on the same page there.
Yeah, crack rock, dude. That one's a good forearm.
If you smoke quartz, nothing happens. If you smoke crack, you can
no, if you
fly.
smoke quartz, you die, dude. If you smoke quartz, you'd fucking die.
Fair enough.
Actually, the thing is, quartz is actually super fucking like carcinogenic to human. Like quartz dust. Quartz dust. I'm like,
I can
yo,
feel the vibrations and energy. I think it's positive vibes it's sending me.
Mikey, you
Not
actually
brain poison.
You have lung cancer now, Mikey.
Fuck. I bought all these
Oh.
crystals because I thought they'd make my life better, but now I'm dead.
Yo, the lady at the store was like fucking manhandling my bitches too. Like she threw them all in a fucking bag. She's like, we were checking out, and I said, I placed them all in it. She had her hand out, and I was like this. I was like, 1, 2, and she just said, give them all to me. So I like put them all in her hand, and then she threw them all in the bag. And then of course, if one of them fucking broke because she was being a fucking manhandler with them.
Yeah, because she's like, oh yeah, these are just rocks.
She worked there.
Yeah, I think she's probably fed up. She's like,
She was
prob-
wearing shit.
She probably hears enough of this hippy dippy bullshit every day that she's like, I'm.
She wasn't
fed
wearing
up.
shoes.
That
Yeah,
is a good. That is a good sign that somebody's into crystals.
Yes.
They're not wearing shoes
If you're
in,
hip,
in
if
a
you don't wear
public
shoes,
place.
you're not. That's not sarcasm. It's true. You're being honest, right?
I'm being completely honest.
And there was a Reiki healing.
And if you see a toe ring on that foot, you can fuck that lady. It's a little pro tip for you kids out there. If you see a toe ring on somebody's foot, they are down.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very good to know.
Yeah. It's a little life hack right there.
Well, maybe you just need your chakras realigned.
My
Gotcha.
chakras realigned.
The thing is that you would be quick to denounce chakras. Now, chakras and crystals don't have to do anything with each other, but I'd believe that over crystals first.
Is there like a lot of scientific evidence out there? Like, legitimate hypotheses.
What is scientific to you? What is that? What does scientifically proven mean to you? What Western scientifically proven? What does that mean to you?
Well, if there's scientists out there that obviously like they can't prove anything, and that's why things are said as a theory rather than just fact. There's very few laws. There's some laws that they just know, like like the law of gravity, but fucking if it is an accepted theory in science, then I'll buy it.
Science isn't always right.
No, but that's exactly
Science
they're
is
aware
paid by people.
but okay. But
People pay science.
I'm aware of that, but they're also science as a community is aware of that, and that's why things are theories and not facts. They don't call things factual. They say this is the theory. This is the most accepted answer to this question as we know it right now. It might not be the correct answer, but it's based on what information we have and have analyzed. This is the most correct answer we could possibly come up with, and they're changing their minds all the time. That's what's so great about science is that it's constantly changing its mind. Like, hey, fucking, we used to think this for years, and turns out it's like this according to what we know now. Like, it makes more sense that it would be this, And I don't know if the people with that rational thinking are going all in on chakras.
I think that there's a lot of problems that Western medicine can't fix. And if people were more aware to the energies that flow through their body, that people would be more healthy.
I'm not a doctor, but I would bet you $5,000 that a doctor wouldn't tell you that.
Hell yeah, a doctor wouldn't tell you that.
Yeah, those people that spent all that.
Because that's not Western medicine.
That spent like 8 years learning and reading books.
Reading books, but the thing is, these books were made by people who wanted money.
Here's the thing. Doctors in other countries practice, the same style of medicine. You got doctors in India, doctors in China, doctors in Russia, doctors in Canada, South America, that all practice the same style of medicine, of treating things as what you're calling Western medicine, which I think you're kind of generalizing. You're generalizing as one thing, as one single curriculum, which it isn't. Like, there's a bunch of different outlooks on health, and that's why you can't get a single guide to diet. You can't, one doctor will tell you one thing, one doctor will tell you another thing. I think a lot of that has to do with that people are different and people need different things. Some people need a high fat diet. Some people need a high protein diet. There's certain things that apply to probably everybody, but then there are individual things that are different between all of us, that we need. And I'm not discounting the fact that Eastern medicine has a potential to be a real thing or has potential to not be bullshit. I'm just saying you're kind of...
You definitely are.
No, I'm saying that you're putting Western medicine in this box. Like, well, here's why Eastern medicine is better, because Western medicine is all a conspiracy. Like, it's like, I think that's the biggest hack of horseshit that you could possibly say, because that's generalizing it so hard. Like, I think with Eastern medicine, there's probably a lot of it that is bullshit, and there's probably a lot of it that has reason and logic behind it, But I don't think it's a one-way street on either side. And as of right now, if we're talking about longevity, Western medicine seems to work pretty fucking well.
I think you're generalizing Eastern medicine as well.
I said some of it's bullshit, some of it's probably rooted in logic and facts.
Just like Western medicine, some of it's bullshit and some of it's rooted in goodness.
Yeah, but you're making it seem like the way you're arguing it is making it seem like, Western medicine, man. Like, if people are following this curriculum, they're going to, they're all being misled by these money-hungry corporations, which I think is bullshit. I think that's bullshit. I think the scholarly community in America is one of the only communities that has any, that I have any fucking trust in. Because, yeah, there is a financial aspect to everything, but I also don't think that, the type of conspiracies I don't buy are ones that are on such a wide scale that so many people have the ability to crack open. It's the same reason I wouldn't ever fucking for a half second buy that COVID is a conspiracy, because you know how many people would have to keep their goddamn mouth shut for that to even be halfway realistic? Like, so many goddamn people would have to keep their mouth closed. And that's just not how human beings work. So I don't think
Well, no. Who would have to keep their mouth closed?
if COVID was a conspiracy,
If everything was involved, if the society we live in is truly hierarchical and that it's controlled by a few, right?
mm-hmm.
Let's say every media outlet's controlled by 6 people.
Okay.
Then who would have to be quiet? They wouldn't air anything.
Doctors.
That says it.
All doctors who are actually looking in people's bodies, looking under microscopes, looking at the bacteria, looking at the fucking virus itself.
It's a virus. Hell yeah, it's a
and
virus.
examining it and seeing that based on their knowledge in these fields, guys like Anthony Fauci, who knows the fucking backwards and forwards on this shit. He would have to be in on it, and everybody in his field would have to be in on it because they know the facts. And that would have to go span the globe. And then every nation in the world, not just the ones that this has been a huge problem in, but literally every nation in the world, the leaders would have to be in on it. So many people would have to be in on that conspiracy for it to be realistic, and I just don't buy it.
COVID being a conspiracy as in it's not real?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because there's a bunch of COVID conspiracies, it's planned, a pandemic, or it's not real, or it is real, but it's planned.
Yeah, okay, well, if it is, here's the plan.
I was talking about if it was planned or not. You're
okay,
talking
but
about
then
if it's actually real or not.
But that's the thing. It started in China, so did China plan it?
I don't know.
A lot of people in China fucking died, and it's not like they're getting anything crazy out of this. They're
population control.
I don't know.
I'm just being devil's advocate at this point for this argument, for this conversation. And with that, I think it's time to end the episode. So please hit that notification bell to stay notified when we post every Wednesday, pretty much, unless we don't, at 8:00 p.m. And please hit that subscribe button so you are subscribed to us and show us that you support us. And please like this video, because if you liked it, you should like it. It helps us out, get noticed, and it helps us just know that you like it. And please, 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 please check out my website. March 5th at 12 a.m. I will be releasing my store to the public. You can buy shirts like this and 2 other designs, many more colors. This one we got pink, blue, yellow, black, and white. www.thewidespread.com. THEWIDESPREAD.com.
Mikey went broke spending all his money on rocks, so he really needs to recoup his losses with merch sales. He just bought all his lotion and rocks, and now he's out of money. So please support this man, because he is in desperate need. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Been feeling disconnected now. I get money, now I'm reckless now. I get high, coming off the ground. This life is a prison, someone let me out.